Evening, everyone. Just wanted to say, encouraging things are meant for people that can be encouraged. Not everybody can be encouraged. Not everyone can be fixed. Um, Went to church today and heard a preacher from the West Side, Pastor Elder Sam, and he was speaking on marriage today, and that's a great thing. And I mean, he had some notes without uh, shortcutting it. I mean, not just on marriage, but he just tied the thing in. And what I wanted to say, because I had the same type of spirit, it's not as far as marriage, but just encouraging people. And first of all, let me just say to the women of the world, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? In your own special way, design. Now I got to be honest with that thing because some women's just don't want to be saved. Some women are fine with being called whores. Um, and it used to be a time you call a woman a whore or a bee, and she will, instantly humble down with her feelings hurt. But nowadays, the women's have adapted. I'm a good bee, or I'm a good whore, and I'll leave you off right there. But we're not to degrade people. We ought to be encouraging everybody because everybody wants to be encouraged. And I beg folks to reach down deep inside of themselves. And I think I done spit this out a couple of times, but you have young men's and women's that can take a spray can. And I mean, Angelo, to the fullest. Some folks have endeavored themselves into starting up illegal businesses, and that take a lot of entrepreneurship that can be used towards legalness. I mean, to set up shop on a corner or an alley or a house. First, you got to organize the people. You got to figure out what you're making and what you can pay out as far as this and that security versus somebody that's holding the thing. And I'll just say it like that there. But reaching deep down inside of us, you'll find encouraging things for yourself. We look for the world, people, to co-sign something. A lot of times we'll come up with an ideal and we'll try to gather other folks' evidence of do they think it'll work. But let me tell you something about some of the greatest folks in this world. Sir Isaac Newton. I recently just reconnected with him, and he had dropped out of grammar school and jumped back up in that thing and wound up being one of the oldest individuals in college at a well-known college. I think the university. I can't remember the rest. But then I think about Sam Walt. Sam Walt failed bankruptcy, I think, 3 times before he got Walmart actually off the ground into what it is today. And so what I wanted to say to folks is, in being encouraged, you got to know within yourself. Now, to the Christian folks, we got a better advantage because we got to know in God that God got us. He's able. I don't care what you're facing right now. A lot of the things that God is allowing you to go through, you're going to need to actually be more than successful. And I'm referring that to more than a conqueror. So while you're learning, slow down and pick up everything that God is trying to show you, everything God allowing you to go through, because once you get to where you need to be, uh, you don't want to be saying, "Oh, I should have, I could have." But no, you want to be prepared that you'll be able to walk in that thing with complete glory and victory. And to the millions of the world, let me just say to y'all, and let me, say my shirt is open. It's hot out. The day it wasn't open earlier when I went to church. I took my earrings out. Paul said I was all things to all men that I may gain them more. Um, and I'll explain that thing to you later. Let me just spit that out. To the world, what I'm saying, I appear worldly, somewhat, hey, with that spirituality thing, but I've come from a background of the world, so I am uh, what I am. I am a converted uh, uh, sinner that came from a background. Now, I'm not saying that's for everybody, but it's my calling. I'm not called to sit um, directly behind four corner walls only. It's not for me to forsake the assembly of the saints, but what I've learned is that in this battle that I fought with NWO, that God have given me a platform beyond the church, because in the church you can only reach the people that got a knowledge of God and somehow stumbled into there and know that they need God. But there's a lot of folks out here in the world that don't know that they need God. You know what I'm saying? But in our living, they ought to see something desirable. So um, with the with the shirt open, it's hot. It's pretty much been known even from the old times that men's will take our shirt off. You go on the beach, it's kind of hard to swim with a t-shirt on. That thing get full of water. But anyway, we're moving on from there. I wanted to encourage the young men's and the older males. Uh, you know, we project what we put out. A lot of us, we want a good woman, but what I'm saying, we treat the ones who come across like whores. Well, what I'm saying, we horny, she horny, and that's the way of the world. So we done dived in bed with it, and what we'll find ourselves is that she ain't no different than the rest of them, because it's just a hole. And I'm gonna just be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? It feel good. You reach maximum, and that's been one. You know what I'm saying? But to actually learn what a female is, her thoughts, what she want to be, what she, what I'm saying, the little particular things about them. Women are so precious. But in order to obtain that, we've got to step out of the mindset that men don't cry, because you meet a good one and she decides she trying to walk away from you, might have to shed some tears, because sometimes women want to know that you really care. It's nothing wrong with being all that you can be to your wife. I would say, or your fiance, somebody that you're looking for to be a wife. There's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying, I'll say like this: here, only cowards, what I'm saying, look for an easy route. Sometimes you got to get down in there, throw away all that bull that we've been taught, and what I'm saying, fight for what your woman ought to be. Uh, and I'd like to stick with the fiance to a wife. She ought to be your best friend. She ought to be able to pick up your cell phone, you know what I'm saying, and you don't have a problem with it because you ain't cheating. She ought to be able, you know what I'm saying, pull up on your job, Jack. Hey, I'm one of them freaks. So, but I'm talking about with a wife, Jack. Shoot. Hey, ain't man. Hey, I'm just saying, right? But you ought to have that relationship with that one that's in your life, that she is everything to you and you everything to her. And that's what Pastor was talking about, that saying the two individuals become to be one. And in being one, shoes, what part of your body you don't know or about, and what part of your body, what I'm saying, that you ain't concerned about. So with your spouse, darn all the new age garbage, this and that, and playing games and all that bull crap there, man, leave that junk at the door, because you ain't gonna do nothing but wind up lonely and disappointed. Or either, what I'm saying, that got yourself involved with something, you about ready to jump out the window because she nuts. But like I said, what we project is what we get. So it's a unified thing. Women's need to know their worth and also be subjective. I know that's a fight right there. Be subjected to that Christian man because that Christian man just following God, and she gonna be subjective anyway because if she's a servant of God and you a servant of God, y'all up under the same king. Love you guys. Stay strong in the Lord.